If you refer to the budget, yes.
Yes, it does. Under the current maintenance, monthly maintenance, and then the proposed maintenance fee, it's zero all the way down. Don't you think it would have been apropos to put the old current maintenance fee in there prior to cable, and then the proposed increase? And why not, with a 20% increase in maintenance fees, why didn't you not afford the information that Leslie alluded to all the members in writing so that they could do the same thing on the reserve? We're talking about a 20% increase that was voted upon by the board, which is no problem. Why didn't you not afford all the residents of River Shores, all 230 of them, the same type of information that you're giving on the reserve fund? Just, you know, just a comment.
This is the exact format that you have used over the years. It is exact.
20 people I talked to never was notified that there was going to be a 20% increase in their maintenance.
Mrs. Dean, not quite. There's something on there that's not.
Just as observations now, this is nothing.
There's a column that says current maintenance monthly. Whoever prepared this put, we're not paying, what is it, $94.85 is the small apartment, the first one. It's not $116.85.
It's $94.85.
So that should have been put in the proposed maintenance monthly increase. I think is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, the math is,
All right, well, it's here nor there, but that's how it was done.
okay, that's fine. I just want to make sure that they know what they're paying 60 grand for is for
Well, it
entertainment
doesn't
and
matter, they have to
recreation.
pay it, so it doesn't much matter.
Well, I just hope we don't get this.
All I'm saying about it,
Question.
all I'm saying about the mathematics is, we will redo it. If there was an error in the mathematics, then we will rectify it. If we have nothing to hide.
No, we know that. We know that.
So we're not Superman, we make mistakes also.
Well, it's not an error. What they did was they
It
projected
wouldn't be human if you
$2
didn't.
that for 94.
I realize that, but what I'm trying to say is I want to get off of this nickel and dime conversation, that I want to go forward with this meeting. That I have no problem with any of the mathematics. Like I said, we usually check it, and as far as I looked at it, I thought it was quite well done. I thought it showed the figures for what it is, what it would be, and so on, so I didn't see a problem with it. But now, maybe there is, maybe we have to check it. But if there is a problem,
If the budget last year was the same as this, then
the
what
dollar value,
we didn't have the $60,000 last year. How come the budget's the same then?
we never said the budget was the same,
That's what I asked before, what was last year's
What we
budget? They said it's
said-
the same as this year.
What we said was the budget was the same, plus the $22 the cable that's in the budget. That's what we said.
No, what was the budget last year?
The dollar value, I don't have it, but
You must have.
You got last year's budget?
It's simple, Ed. 60,720 less.
Yeah, right.
I have it in, it was 859, I'm sorry, minus the reserve, 326,540.
No, the total budget, you got 920,000 plus.
I just
five-
told you, 326,540.
326,540?
The reserve was not voted in.
Right.
Operating expense, yes, it would be 326,540, am I correct?
And here it is 387,260. So
Just don't miss
it
my
allows-
point.
At the very bottom of the page, there it says operating expenses without reserves, $387,260, which allows
So what
for
was
the
the budget last
$60,000
year, the
more.
total budget?
Less than
Here's
$60,000, that's what Tony's
$920,000.
saying. It's
Yeah.
less, what are you saying, Tony?
326,540.
Less
Add
than
another
60.
60 whatever, and then you get the three, I got
Just-
385,459.
Just less that from 60,000. That's what Harold said at the beginning. The budget is the same except for that
I've
$60,000.
explained it, I can't go beyond that.
the budget is the same, with the $22 added, which the $22 comes to 60,000 and something, if his mathematics is correct.
Which is a 20% increase in maintenance.
What's that?
If this year is 920,560.
No.
Budget last
Take out the
year.
reserve.
The
You
reserve.
got the wrong figure. The bottom of the page, right here, on the bottom of the page, as the bottom of the page, the middle line, at the bottom of the page, it says operating expenses without reserves,
So
380.
what was the budget last year? The
It was
total?
then,
387,000.
no, it was,
326.
And it went up to 920,000?
no.
No, you gotta take the reserve out.
That's with the reserves, Mr. Rambo, that's not, the figure at the bottom,
The operating budget is 387,000.
this
Now,
is,
2,000. Last year, it was 320-something thousand. The 60-something thousand there. Mr. Coppel's budget than this year's budget. That's the only difference in the budget, in the dollars, unless there's an error in the mathematics. If there's an error in the mathematics, we'll adjust it. And we're questioning the budget.
I noticed that there was a significant increase in legal and accounting. Legal and accounting went up from 3,000 to 10,000. Is that a trend that we see?
Wow, last year. Because we have the problems with the insurance companies and such. This year we expect that we may have some problems also.
I mean, in the year 2000.
That's what I'm talking about, the year 2000. We expect that there may be some problems. So we carry some money for it. Again, if the money is not spent, they don't go on vacation with the money. They take the money and I use it in another item. So to me, if the money is not all used in a specific item, it'll be shown in next year that's a surplus. If there's any money left over, it becomes a surplus. In next year, we wind up doing the parking lot, we wind up doing the bunch of things with money that was left over from this year. So in order to do some of these things without coming up with the assessment, we use money that we saved, either buying stuff, or not spending too much money, on other things, and then we use that money for betterments to the place and maintenance. We paint, we do the paving, we do everything.
What problems do you think we're gonna have next year? What do you anticipate?
let's just stick to the budget, I mean, no one can prognosticate problems, Tony, no one knows, just let's please go on the budget, let's stick to the agenda.
Actually, if I might, I think Tom's question is really valid. I think, all these concerns, really, these communications that we put a little number here, we put a little number there, it might come out in the end. I guess in this day and age, many of us are not used to having vague numbers, and the projected figures maybe suggest why the projected figures are occurring, for what means. And I think that's what Tony's now asking. I think it's a valid question, as hers and everyone else's. I think that maybe in the future, maybe we should look at how these projected figures are occurring, for what and it means. And then we wouldn't have these questions come up. All these questions are really valid, and I don't think anybody should be defensive about it.
I'm not doing the defensive
I'm just tired.
I'm just simply saying, this is the way we see what we thought we were gonna spend. So we put it down, based upon monies that we spent last year. So we said, well, we can stay within last year's budget because of what we seen to happen, that what our costs were, just like today. So therefore, we put it together, what we thought was gonna be appropriate. If, like I said, if one item doesn't quite make it, we don't go on vacation with the money. The money gets spent on an improvement, or something else to the grounds that is required, and we don't get an assessment. That's where the money goes. We have a checkbook, so we can show where everything goes. We have invoices for everything that we spend. I sign most every check. I can't sign it. Mrs. Dean signed to the treasurer. We check the invoices. When we have with big work,
I didn't mean to question.
well, I'm only telling you the procedure. When we bid work, I get prices, I argue with it. I don't expect them to go for other numbers. We don't give the money away.
63%.
But there's nothing in here that has anything to do with replacing plumbing. Like, from what I understand, that's gonna be another meeting.
I said that this meeting, I'm gonna discuss this. In 15 days or so, there'll be another meeting,
6 months.
which will cover what you people want to discuss. I'll have a bigger agenda, and we'll go from there. Any more questions on the budget?
It still didn't answer my question, but we're gonna move forward. I have a question concerning the cable, but not the actual cable, it's concerning the allocation.
That makes sense.
And I have a question with regard, is there anybody in this complex that is blind or hearing impaired that does not have to have the cable?
Yeah, my wife is.
But you are not.
I'm not.
It doesn't count. Is there anybody in this complex, oh Jim, please.
Not that I know of,
Okay, so everybody is mandated to have the cable.
That's correct.
as far as I know, yeah.
Can you answer for me, does this have to be $22 per unit? Or does it have to go by the percentage of ownership?
Per unit, as they are equal, everybody gets 2 hookups. Regardless if your apartment is a double, a 1-bedroom, a 2-bedroom, you all got equal service.
I don't know if that answered my question.
Speak up.
Let me rephrase
It
it.
doesn't go by percentage, no.
I only
Can I,
got,
wait a minute,
Bottom
I'm not
maintenance should go.
I only got one hookup.
No, I'm doing
That's
it.
all you requested then, Ruby, because you could have, I tell everyone who comes into the office, please get your 2 hookups. Even if you don't have 2 TVs, you may sell, you may become ill and need to go into your bedroom for a few months. And you will want your TV in there. Get your 2 hookups. I give a paper with instructions. I can't make you
all right,
do it.
but this is not the question. Can we answer the question?
I understand.
Because this is somewhat important.
Right.
Do we know this for a fact, this is the correct way of handling it?
Yes,
And where did we get this fact from?
the Bureau condominium.
Okay. I was just under a different impression, unless we fell under the hearing impaired or the whatever, it then must go by how the maintenance is allocated, and we have it by percentage. Some condos apparently have it by unit. But you are absolutely sure of this?
Yes.
Yes.
I can name
You answered
4
my
other-
question. Yes, you answered my question.
Are there any other questions?
The other question,
I had a cable man come yesterday, and my cable is terrible, it's all double visions and lines and a whole mess.
Okay,
Since he
that
left.
doesn't have to
So
do
I
with
called
it.
back, he's coming tomorrow.
No.
He refused to put me a second one in because I didn't have another TV.
That comes under quality, you can cancel the contract.
if they refuse to do something,
Well, he said, I don't need it, you don't have enough TV,
it
you don't
doesn't
need it.
All
matter.
right, this is
We
not,
will intercede,
That's right.
we will make phone calls, and you will get
Well,
it.
he's coming back tomorrow, that's what I want to know tonight. He's
Okay.
coming tomorrow, because I told him.
I can't tell you now that we'll do it, but I can tell you that it will be done.